I want us to get in a place where people are using their brains. And I say that with the utmost respect because I have seen so many smart people, intelligent people, innovative people do the wrong things or not display that talent and show me as a manager or as a peer or as a direct report what you're really capable of. I have seen people so smart, resume is sharp, and they come in and they crumble or they fall victim to some dated corporate process. You're recording a journal entry that doesn't make any sense to me or to anybody else. And if somebody asks you, well, why are you recording that? Oh, I don't know. This is just what the report says. I'm just booking it to the accounts that are on the SOP. I don't know. Okay, so you're pushing buttons. What value, what benefit are you getting from pushing buttons? Especially when you don't even know why you were pushing those particular buttons. Why not the one next to it? So that's why I say I want people to start using their brains. You do not have to be an auditor to question something. If it doesn't make sense, if you don't understand, you should be talking to somebody. Hey, help me understand this entry. Walk me through while we're doing this. You don't have to be an auditor to question something. It's to your benefit to question something that you don't understand. That's the learning. That's where a lot of people fall off the cliff because they don't want to exercise their brains. Your brain is like any other muscle. You have to use it in order for it to get stronger. So it just baffles me when I just see people who are so smart, so intelligent, amazing ideas swirling around, and that corporate culture, that fear of a leader or whatever the situation is. I've heard so many different reasons in my career. I've heard people say, oh, well, I guess I need to try harder, or wow, I didn't even look at it like that, or I need to be more cognizant of that. And it's like, but you already are. Like you are a smart person. You can be an expert if you just ask questions, read, do some research. That is the key. It doesn't matter what company you work for, how much money you make, what the title is. Your expertise is what carries you and why you are seen as valuable, whether you work for yourself, whether you work for a company. You don't have to be the brightest person, or not the brightest person. You don't have to be the most popular person. There's a lot of companies that have like the popular person or people that everybody knows. And that doesn't necessarily mean they're the smartest person. But when it comes down to digging into a process, understanding why things are done the way that they are and how to troubleshoot things, or being able to connect the dots between different concepts of somebody who is paying you for a service on the front end, and then how that money flows through the business on the back end. Like what is a part of what goes into calculating your margin? What's part of OPEX? What are some of the key business metrics you should be looking at? So it's not always about being popular or somebody knowing you or being the best dressed or having the chair next to the CEO. It's not always about that. It's about, if the computer shut down today, can you still get this done? If the computer goes down today, can you still get this done? And I talk about this a lot with people that I talk to who are tax preparers, especially. Like, okay, you know how to go into a tax software and push the buttons, and they're giving you all these little blurbs about what to do next and what to ask and what this form means. But if this computer goes down and you have to do a 1040 with a pen and the form on paper in front of you, can you do that? Or at minimum, do you understand what the form is, what you're doing, what you should be looking for? Technology is great, but we rely too much on technology just to tell us things that we should know, that we need to know, myself included. I've had a Google Smart Speaker for a long time, and probably 2 or 3 years now, and I just started using it a few months ago. Because it made me feel like, no, if I really want to know something, I need to find some real sources, some reliable and verifiable sources, and not just go off of what my Google Home speaker is telling me. So I want us to use our brains. I want us to really think clearly about things. And when I record my episodes, I have a lot of people in mind. I have my CPA exam students in mind, my mentees or people who reach out to me about career conversations or sends me a question under the hashtag career convos. I'm thinking about my peers. We learn a lot from each other just being CPAs in the industry. I'm thinking about business owners. I'm thinking about clients. I'm thinking about a lot of different people. And so that's why I feel like there's something in my podcast episodes for everybody, because the very thing that I just talked about, training your brain and using your brain and really thinking about the root cause of things and how to build up your expertise. I can talk to my CPA exam students about that. Then I can talk to my mentees and everybody in the corporate world who's trying to build up their brand and their career. So the overarching thing is business. It's the way the world works. And I've always wanted to take the things that I've experienced and the things that I've learned and share that, especially with the people who look like me, or the people who are sitting in those staff accountant and senior accountant chairs like I was 10 years ago. And everything you need to know is not always in a book. It's not always in an employee handbook. It's not always in a book that you can buy from the bookstore. Some things are just baptism by fire. You will only learn them. You will only experience them by being in the midst of them. And if the things that I've accomplished or done or seen in my career can help somebody else not make a misstep that I made, I'm all for that. So this was literally a freestyle episode because I was working with somebody who asked me an accounting question, and I answered their question with a question because I wanted to make sure he understood what the gist of the question was. And I realized that he didn't understand. So I had to walk him through some accounting concepts and talk him through some things. But then a little while later, I had asked somebody a question. One of those, hey, why are we doing this like this? And the response I got was, well, I'm just booking it. I don't know. Not sure. Everything but a decent answer. And so I've seen it far too many times in my career where people default to that response. And what's even more unnerving is people default to that response and they're okay with it. So it's not, I've never really looked into that. Let me find out and I'll get back to you. It's just, I don't know. That's the way it was handed to me. That's the way it's been done for the last 15 years. And people are okay with that. And then you wonder why you're not progressing or why you're not being tapped on the shoulder to be promoted. Nobody wants to move that type of professional or lack thereof up a chain in a business to be responsible for more and more things. So I felt compelled to just jump on here and talk about it. And I feel like I need to do these more often because sometimes my episodes get delayed in being published because I'm writing the notes and I'm going back and changing things, or I'm reordering what I'm talking about. But sometimes some of the most fulfilling episodes for me are these ones where I just have to jump on and just say something. It's like Facebook or Instagram Live, except it's audio. People jump in front of the camera to go live, but I like to jump on my podcast mic and go live. So if this is your first time listening, welcome to the Working Mamas podcast. So glad to have you here. If you have been riding with me for the last, I think this might be episode 15, 13, 14, 15, something like that. But if you've been rocking with me, welcome back. I appreciate you. Thank you for listening. And I had to share that. So I'm about to get back to work. I have some CPA exam clients I need to follow up with. I have a couple students who are testing over the next few weeks, and I am also launching my CPA exam readiness program cohorts, where there will be a 5 to 6 week, or 6 weeks. I'm going to make them all 6 weeks. A 6-week cohort for each section of the exam. And I'm going to limit the number of students because it's going to be a lot of live interaction, talking real time with my clients and understanding their pain points with the exam, working on timelines, and not just for the first exam, but to really plan out the whole testing schedule for the next 12 to 18 months within the window before you start to lose credit. I know all about that. And tax clients are coming in every 5 minutes. So it's a lot going on right now, and plus my day job. So it's a lot going on right now, but it's a lot of the things that I enjoy. So no complaints over here. The things that I'm doing are labors with an S of love, especially this podcast. I thoroughly enjoy doing this podcast, and just wanted to get on and share some things with y'all. So I got to get back to work. And as always, if you have a question, hit me up on Instagram or Twitter at Nick Winston CPA. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.